Okay, time for a new video. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. This is yet another Eurovision 2025 related video here on my channel, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the semi-final 2 participants' second rehearsals, which have now all taken place on stage in Basel, Switzerland, ahead of this year's edition of the Eurovision Song Contest, which, as we all know, gets going in just a few days' time. As always, you're very welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discuss in today's video by leaving a comment down below, and as always, there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So over the past 2 days, 30 to 35 second long clips of the second rehearsals of the semi-final 2 participants have been posted online. I have seen them on the Eurovision Instagram page and will be rewatching them for the purposes of this video you're watching now on the Eurovision Facebook page. More photographs have been released as well, and I've seen most of those, and they are available on the official Eurovision website. What I will say is that I am generally impressed by what I've seen and heard. As I sort of expected, semi-final 2 is looking a hell of a lot more entertaining and engaging and more vibrant than anything really in semi-final 1, and I am looking forward to semi-final 2 more than semi-final 1, if I'm being honest with you. Let's take a look then at these rehearsals that have taken place for the semi-final 2 participants, beginning with Gojo with Milkshake Man for Australia. He will get things going in semi-final 2 next Thursday evening. This is obviously a very cheeky, playful and up-tempo number. He starts off wearing this sort of old school daredevil white and red attire, and then he steps into a large blender prop on stage, which is obviously quite the gimmick, but I suppose it's better than having a huge ice cream van on stage. There's a puff of smoke, and he emerges as some sort of denim sequined cowboy with a red neckerchief. He's got 2 dancers with him, and even though there's quite a bit going on here, the stage still feels rather empty to me and almost soulless somehow. I don't know what more they could have, but I'm just getting that feeling. On the whole, this is not a bad rehearsal at all, and he doesn't sound too bad at all. Owning the stage, we've got the infomercial graphic along the bottom, pink lighting here, a checkerboard pattern on the stage floor. He's shimmying about, the camera goes behind him, and there he is, stepping into the blender, the puff of smoke, and out he comes. What a transformation. La-di-da. Some of the movements may be a bit awkward, but there's not really much to fault at all. I have no doubt in my mind he will be in the final next Saturday night. After that, something far more serious. Montenegro, the returning Nina Žižić with Dobrodošli. So she's in a white dress, and for some of this performance there is this huge plume of white fabric going behind her head and her shoulders. I don't really know why that's there or what it adds to this performance. If anything, it's a bit of a distraction, but thankfully it's not there for the whole 3 minutes. She is blindfolded at one point, wearing this mask. There's a smoke machine kicking in as well. It's very pretty, I must say, but there's really not a lot to this either, and I just don't know whether this performance, and indeed this song, is good enough to really make the final. Semi-final 2 is looking very competitive indeed. She's a great vocalist, one of the best female vocalists this year. Red lipstick, really feeling every syllable of what she's singing. Swirling patterns on the backdrop forming a cross with scales either side. It's very dramatic, as we expected. It's nice. Not one of my big favourites, but it's not looking too bad. I'm just not sure it's going to get out of this very competitive semi-final. After Montenegro, we move on to Ireland. This is all over the damn place, but it's as I expected. Emmy with Like a Party. I am not a professional vocalist, but I've never really thought of her as a very strong singer. Gotta be honest. She doesn't sound too bad here, and I'm not going to be too harsh. She's in this silver space age attire and boots, dances on stage. We have Laika on the backdrop in the form of a constellation, and then we have lots of dancing cats marching in time with the song, blue and pink lighting. Her brother, there he is, looking a little bit like Elijah Wood, pretending to play the keyboard, surrounded by these lights. The frame around the stage is all lit up as well. Bit of pyro kicking in. It's very junior Eurovision, isn't it? I just don't know about this one. I really don't. I don't know whether it's really that entertaining actually at all. But it's not bad. Let me just load up the photo gallery here. I'm going to need to do this. Here we go. Ireland. Yes, lots of pyro at parts of this performance. Her brother is in an all-silver outfit with stars on his trousers. They seem like they're having a good time. It's very space age. Younger me would have been all over this one like a rash, but now I'm 32, maybe I just can't enjoy it as much as some other people. It's fine, but we have to move on. After Ireland, we move on to Latvia. This is looking great. They took what they had at the national final. They've elevated it ever so slightly. I'm very impressed. This is, of course, Tautu Meitas with Burman Laimi. They have changed their outfits. They have these lights all over their heads. Very slow movements, very languid. We have this curtain that goes across the stage as well. We had that at the national final. Then we've got some strobing light effects. Very forest nymph, I would say, in terms of the look and feel of this track. Da, 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 da. Yeah, this is very nicely done. Really liking the camera work as well. Vocally pretty strong. Smoke machine. Really fantastic. Not sure it's going through, but they're giving themselves a really good chance. And some of these photographs are really terrific. Very atmospheric indeed. Like they've been transported from another world for Eurovision. Fantastic. Can't complain about it at all, really. Not one of my big favourites this year, but it's looking and sounding pretty decent. After Latvia, it is time for Armenia. Now, this was also very impressive. Didn't really know what to expect from this one. He's topless because, why not? Black pants. He's on this sort of treadmill thing in the middle of the stage, and it's a very oversaturated performance. It's black and white in this rehearsal clip, but it's very bright, very aggressive on the eyes, I would say. And of course, it's a very aggressive, macho-sounding track anyway. Let's take a look at this again. The chanting, the lights that have come down from the ceiling, pulsing away. Yeah, he's ready for a scrap. He doesn't sound too bad. He looks okay. Yeah. I have to say, quite an impressive rehearsal clip. And this has gone up in my estimations over the past 2 days or so. Taking a look at the photographs, we have flames. He's just dashing about for 3 minutes, really. Hopefully his voice won't crap out on him, because that could certainly be possible with all of this movement. Doesn't look bad. Maybe there's not a lot happening on the LED screen behind him, but I was impressed by this performance, I have to say, and it's obviously very different from what we had at the national final. I think it's working quite well. Armenia are giving themselves a fighting chance of progression. After Armenia, we move on to one of the major candidates to win. Austria, JJ with Wasted Love. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Highly impressive, if you ask me. Not really giving much away, though, because this rehearsal clip is from the very start of the performance. He's wrapped up on this boat. It's in black and white or grayscale. We have a lighthouse on the LED screen behind him. He sounds fabulous. Very, very haunting. And there's this paper boat, which is just floating in the air, straight to his hand, and then back away again. Very simple, very effective. Clearly, it is definitely a teaser. Let's take a look at the photo gallery. Yeah, this second image here is really fabulous, where the smoke starts to pour in, lights are starting to flash across the stadium. Fantastic. Really looking forward to seeing the whole thing. I think the black and white colour scheme does fit with the sort of haunting and melancholic nature of the track anyway. Like I said a moment ago, the lighthouse as well. Definitely very atmospheric indeed. I'm impressed. It's looking and sounding pretty decent. I am repeating myself a lot now, but we move on to Greece. Song 7 next Thursday. This is Klavdia with Asteromata. Let's take a look at the photographs first. So she is in this rather beautiful, albeit quite simplistic dress with the glasses on. She's on top of a rock which seems to glow at certain points in this performance. I don't know whether that rock really needs to be there. Does it add anything to this performance? I'm not entirely sure. We have lots of swirling patterns on the backdrop. Fire at one point by the looks of it. Let's now load up the video when I get myself organised here. Here we go. 365,000 views for this on Facebook. That's pretty decent. So yes, we have a sort of sci-fi looking image on the backdrop. Lots of birds flying about. She looks great, and her voice, I must say, I think is really, really strong. And then it turns red. And we've got this sort of Mordor from Lord of the Rings looking landscape on the backdrop. There's not much to it. But then again, maybe this song and this performance doesn't need much to it. Let those vocals shine through. Really nice. Singing very well. Yeah, a sort of red vortex on the stage floor. Yeah. Very nice. A job well done. That's going to be in the final as far as I'm concerned. After Greece, we move on to Lithuania. This is going to be in the final, thanks in part to some diaspora voting, I'm sure. But I do see a situation where this one is just forgotten about a little bit, especially in the final. I'm just not sure this is really going to have enough of an impact, even though it sounds very different from anything else this year. Of course, it's Tavouakis by Catharsis. In the photographs, they're dressed in rather casual clothing. Some of the lights have descended down from the ceiling and are arranged in this very jumbled pattern. This is another fairly atmospheric track. What else is going on? Not a great deal, truth be told. Let's take a look at the clip right now. Bear with me. Here we go. I do like this track. There's a bit of smoke, some flashing lights. Vocally, it's fine. There's never been a bad performance of this song, so I don't think we need to worry moving into the week of the contest itself. And we've got this sort of very barren landscape on the backdrop behind them. Lots of bits and pieces floating about in the air. Wind machine kicking in a bit. And the camera zooms in on his face. I think that's quite effective. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good. I'm hoping this song and this performance starts off in quite intimate, closed-off fashion, and then it opens up and we see the stage in all its glory as the song moves into its final third. Something like that. Anyway, can't really fault it. I'm just not sure it's standing out much. After Lithuania, we have to move on to Malta. Well, well, well. I'm not a huge lover of this track. It's really all about the performance, and she is delivering those goods. She looks fantastic, I have to say. She's in this sort of leopard print red attire. It's not overtly sexual, I would say. Her backup dancers are parading about in their underwear, so that's a little bit more risque. Out come the bouncing balls. Diva not down on the backdrop. This huge prop of red, glossy lips with a disco ball in the middle. And she's just having a grand old time on stage, really confident, sounding fantastic. This is going to go down an absolute storm with first-time listeners next week. Let's take a look at the rehearsal clip. Bear with me, here we go. It's all about sort of owning who you are, I guess. Feeling yourself. And I don't think it's really trying to be very sexual. It's more about being proud of who you are and proud of your body and owning that, I guess. That's what I'm getting from this song and this performance. And I'm really impressed with her confidence, I must say. Yeah. Somebody's commented here, she is serving bad taste, she desperately wants to be seductive, but ends up just being vulgar. Well, some people will think that. However, I think that this is stopping itself from going that far, if you see what I mean. Purple colour scheme. It's very camp. And then it stops. Yeah, not too bad at all. The song is going up in my estimations ever so slightly as we edge ever nearer to semi-final 2 next week. There's a bit of pyro as well. Lovely. After Malta, we go on to Georgia. Well, I suppose we all need a breather. This Georgian track is Freedom by Mariam Shengelia. I watched this earlier, can't remember a thing about it. Looking quite fierce as she walks towards the audience, mountain and trees on the backdrop. She's wearing a stripy top, red pants, couple of dancers, this red circle flashing on the backdrop, looking straight down the camera's lens. Vocally, fine. Smoke machine. There's a lot of smoke in this semi-final. But otherwise, there's not much going on. It's fairly forgettable. It really is. And that's the song's problem, not her at all. Taking a look at the photographs, wherever they are. They should be here somewhere. Yes, indeed. So she actually starts off in this rather large silverish coat. And then she ends up in this vertical striped top and sort of crimson coloured pants. And she's got the dancers. There seem to be a few blocks of Toblerone on the stage behind her. Not really sure what's going on there. They're definitely going for a drama-filled performance, aren't they? But this song is just not strong enough, and it would be one of the biggest shocks I can think of in recent Eurovision history if this progresses next Thursday. I just can't see it happening. After Georgia, it's Denmark. This is Sissal with Hallucination. I would say one of the more popular musicians involved in this year's competition. She is a great singer. She did post a comment on the rehearsal clip on the Eurovision Instagram page earlier on, saying that she's actually been sick and is saving her voice for next week. She's in this blue outfit with a big cape behind her, blue thigh-high boots. Visually, there's maybe not a great deal going on at all. This sort of ribbons effect on the LED screen. Let's take a look at the rehearsal clip again. Here we go. We know she can sing. We know that she's full of confidence. This is different from DMGP. It needed to be. Yeah, just lots of swirling patterns on the backdrop. I'm not too sure that's really that interesting or imaginative, but it's not too bad. Some of the camera angles I'm not sure about. They could do with a bit of work. The dancers, fine, but I'm not really interested in them. Sissal is the main star here. Yeah, let me watch a bit of that again. Don't know if we've got any pyro. Dun, 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 dun. Hallucination. Yeah, that's enough of me singing. Wind machine. I really like the blue of her outfit. I think it really suits her. Anyway, that's Denmark. Gotta move on. I'm hoping that progresses next week. Czechia is up next. Wasn't blown away by this one. It's Adonis with Kiss Kiss Goodbye. He is an outside bet to win this year's competition. So, he sounds great. Black and white colour scheme. White outfit, but black shoulders. The microphone looks as though it's a charred pineapple, truth be told. Camera panning around him. Some strobing effects. Looking confident. Sounding great. But I'm not blown away. I feel as though that definitely was a teaser. Looking at the photographs, he has dancers. Yes, indeed. Also all in white. Then we've got the dance break, where things go a little bit more red in terms of the colour scheme. Yeah, I'm not really getting a whole lot from this, truth be told. So we'll wait and see what happens next Tuesday. It's a good song though, no doubt about it, and I can see him in the final. After Czechia, we move on to Luxembourg, the last rehearsal clip released today. La Poupée Monte le Son by Laura Thorne. So this is also going, like with Ireland, like with Australia, for a playful, cheeky vibe. Laura is a very beautiful woman. She's changed her outfit for Eurovision. She looks great. Silver boots, this rather corseted type attire. We've got a doll's house on the backdrop. She's got dancers. Some of the movements are a little bit awkward, but it's sort of supposed to be that way, so it's fine. Vocally, maybe not bang on the money yet, but certainly not poor, if you ask me. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Take what you've got from the national final, elevate it for Eurovision. Most of the hard work is already done. This looks fine. Da, 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 ba, da, ba, ba, da, da. Yeah. She looks pretty confident and sounds okay. Maybe not bang on the money yet, as I said a moment ago, but certainly not too bad. I like it. It's one of my favourites this year. It's one of my friends' favourites this year. It would be nice if that's in the final, but it might be a close-run thing. After Luxembourg, we move on to Israel. Yuval Raphael with New Day Will Rise. And I've seen a few comments from people online saying, oh, Austria's rehearsal, talk about forced, talk about cliched. Okay, I sort of get it. But at the same time, you're in it to win it. And secondly, have you seen Israel's rehearsal? Because this is ticking a lot of the boxes in the book of Eurovision staging cliches, if you ask me. It's very similar to last year, in the sense that the song, vocally, visually, I can go either way. Looking at the photo album here, we have the staircase on stage, the crystals that are draping down behind her. She's in a black outfit. We've got a huge falling rain pyrotechnic, which I assume is at the end of the song. They're definitely going for something very heartfelt and dramatic. Let's take a look at the rehearsal clip. It will come as no surprise to any of you that this has received an absolute barrage of comments over the past couple of hours. Yeah. Water running over these rocks on the LED screen. She sounds good. It's an impressive prop. But the song, I don't know about. It's not the sort of thing I'm really going to listen to much after the contest, and I think that can be said for a lot of people, actually. Stronger than last year, but not by much. We all know what's going to happen next week, though, don't we? After that, we move on to Serbia. Wasn't blown away by this one. Prince with Mila. So the staging has changed significantly here. We've got thunder and lightning, it's getting exciting on the backdrop. And there he is, being dragged down the stage by his dancers. And that is a very strange image indeed. Lots of red lighting, but also pulses of blue. He sounds pretty decent. He is not a bad vocalist at all. He's all in red. Stirring stuff. The dancers, though, they're quite off-putting, I have to say. Don't really know what they're adding to this rehearsal at all. Let's take a look at the photo album. Where are we looking here? Yes, indeed. Smoke machine. Photos not really giving much away at all, actually. Not much at all. There's so little to say about this, but Serbia are probably going to be in the final, aren't they? It is what it is. After Serbia, it's Finland. Oh boy! This was hot stuff. This was good. Oh yes. This is what I'm on about. I say it all the blasted time. Own the performance. Be in control of what you're doing. Believe in your song. The confidence will shine through. It already is in this 30-second long rehearsal clip. All of the hard work was done at UMK. The staging was fine. You go to Eurovision, you don't need to worry about a thing, because you can just do the same thing again. If it was working before, it will work again several months down the line. Look at Serbia. The bloke is being dragged by his feet now. They had to change things. Not sure it's working. Finland, Erica's rocking up, looking like $1 million, sounding fabulous. The outfit's changed a little bit, but much is the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's take a look at this. This has to be in it to win it. This has to be a contender. Look at that confidence as she struts down the walkway. I'm so glad the outfit, like with Malta really, is not overtly sexual. It easily could be. Then we've got this shot that pans out. Big note. Very, very similar to how it was at UMK in terms of the lighting arrangements as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely fabulous. That might be my favourite rehearsal from the semi-final 2 participants. And I'm not just saying that because it's one of my favourites of the year. I just thought that was very impressive. I really did. Lovely. That was Finland, Ik Kommer, by Erika Wickman. So there we have it. 16 nations, all having had their second rehearsals ahead of next week's Eurovision Song Contest. Let me know your thoughts on what you've seen and heard. I am interested to know, and I will get cracking on that post for the joint Instagram page regarding my 5 favourite rehearsals from the past 2 days regarding semi-final 2. So Finland will be in there. I think Malta might be in there. Austria will be in there. Armenia will probably be in there. And I'm not sure who else. Maybe Denmark. Maybe Luxembourg. Maybe Greece. I'll have a think. Anyway, I'll be back with more Eurovision 2025 related content fairly soon. I know some of you don't mind the waffling. I certainly do, so apologies for that. I'll be back with another video fairly soon. Until then, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.